Well, hello. Good afternoon. This is George. How are you doing? Welcome to our series, Enemies of Your Success. And today we close it out with part 3, keeping that mental house clean. This is part 3. We talked about worry on the first day. We talked about fear. Today we talk about something else. And all these things have something in common. And that is they rob you of your success. They threaten the success that you are entitled to. Sure, each one of us at some stage or other falls victim. But the key is to know that these things exist, to know how to deal with them, and to be on top of your game, as it were. All right, folks. You know, no one can expect to accomplish anything of great importance when he is not king of himself. Let me say that again. No one can expect to accomplish anything of very great importance when he is not king of himself. This is a saying which has been repeated often and is still valid today as it was hundreds of years ago. You know, the lack of self-control has ruined multitudes of men and women with high ambition, rare ability, great education, men and women of immense promise who've been ruined by this monster, as I like to call it. You know, every day we hear stories of some person, prominent or otherwise, who with great promise and potential, who in a fit of anger have struck the fatal blow or even fired a cruel shot that has cost them a friend, a spouse, a relative, and they have lost their liberty or sometimes their lives. How many people have lost their liberty in prison now? Their standing in society, their chances of promotion, their chances of success through a fit of hot temper, which lasted a few minutes. You know, everyone remembers the movie-like story of Oscar Pistorius some years ago. He was riding the crest of a wave of success. He was on top of his game. But in a fit of rage, in a few minutes, he lost everything. We know famous people, not so famous people, who have fallen victim to the grip of this evil monster. It isn't something to take lightly. It is an enemy of success, a real enemy of success. I know people who had good positions in organizations. They've sacrificed an opportunity of a lifetime because of a bad temper. Many have thrown away perhaps the work of years of research, years of hard work, years of building reputations. But in a fit of rage, in a matter of minutes, careers have never been resuscitated again. This is an enemy of your success. You know, there are business people who have lost clients. They have lost employees. They have lost business partners because they insisted on telling people a piece of their mind. I will tell him a piece of my mind. When so much was at stake. And irrespective of that, they let their temper and their tongue have a field day at serious and great expense. How many people do you know in your own life, in your own circles? There are people who I will give you a piece of my mind, and at the expense of friendships, at the expense of business relationship, at the expense of all sorts of things, they let their tongues, their tempers take control. Because what? They are not king of themselves. You know, the Bible refers to the tongue as a restless evil, full of deadly poison. A restless evil, full of deadly poison. If you don't control it, it will ruin you, careers. It will ruin your business prospects. It will ruin your relationships. Nobody wants to work with a person who is not king of himself. And that's the truth. Even you, if you are honest, you don't want to work with yourself when you are in that state. You don't, because you become so unpleasant. You know, a famous actor years ago, Bruce Lee, stated that a quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. It's an enemy of your success. And you don't want that. You see, a few lessons ago, we talked about the virtue of leaving everyone with an impression of increase. Remember that lesson? We said this is a key that unlocks many doors. When you leave everyone with an impression of increase. There's the famous saying, your attitude determines your altitude. Bad attitude, you don't go too far. A good attitude gets you high. And you must learn to be king of yourself, to control those feelings of anger, those feelings of hatred, jealousy. Those go together, those cousins. But a person who is in control of himself, not because they haven't been wronged, that's not the point. The point is whether or not you've been wrong, it's how you carry yourself. That's how you become king of yourself. You're controlling with that. You know, as I said, there are business people who really at the expense of losing employees, of losing clients, of losing customers, they have ruined their reputations through their passion. It's called a passion, right? Not controlling your passions. Your tempers are aroused, you fly into a rage, you call people all sorts of names, you rave without reason, you literally smash things around. We've heard of road rage and all that. It's nothing to be proud of. But what it does is that it holds you back. If you're an employee, you don't get promoted. And if you're a business person on your own, people will think twice about doing business with you. Why? Because you're not king of yourself. And you know, the sad thing is that largely, not all the time, but largely, this sort of behavior is a result of false pride, selfishness, and sometimes cheap vanity, you know. And no man worth his salt will continue to be governed by it. It's nothing to be proud about. It ruins your reputation. It ruins relationships. You want to be in control. Not only does a lack of control harm your image, it harms your business, it harms your reputation, it harms your health. And this is a point, you know, it harms your health. You know, the long-term effects of uncontrolled anger include anxiety, you know, high blood pressure, headaches, all sorts of problems are caused by it. And said it's not a choice. You know, most people don't do it because they want to. They do it because maybe that's the way they grew up, and That's them. But you see, the good thing about this is that you can change all that, because it starts with a thought. How do you control that? And don't get me wrong, anger by itself is not a problem. They actually say a good dose of anger sometimes is good for you. If it's addressed quickly and it's expressed in a healthy way. So that's not the point. The point is when you fly into a rage, you call people names. Ooh. You're going to lose reputation. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose relationships. You're going to lose prospects. You don't want that to happen. I focused on anger, but as I said, it has got close relatives. Jealousy, hatred, revenge, all those are in one pot. They're the same, because you're not king of yourself. Be king of yourself. Control it. And how do you do that? How do you protect yourself from this enemy? So no matter how great your weakness or how much you regret it, assume steadily and persistently. Listen to this one. Steadily and persistently, its opposite. Assume its opposite until you acquire the habit of holding the thought, of living the thing, of not letting it be a weakness, but controlling it. Assume thoughts which are positive to drive out the negative thoughts. Assume the calm, deliberate, quiet, balanced composure, which characterizes your ideal person. Who is your ideal person? The person who, even through provocation, can look at you in the eye and gives you the point exactly the way they will understand without flying into a rage. So use positive affirmations to do that, to influence your subconscious mind. We've talked about your conscious mind influencing your subconscious mind, right? So this is called autosuggestion. Remember we talked about autosuggestion? Autosuggestion is self-suggestion. It's your conscious mind telling your subconscious mind, I am calm. I am in control. At all times, I am calm. I'm in control. Irrespective of the provocation, in control. And the beauty about when you get to the stage is you really do feel proud. You feel very good about yourself. To be able to look people in the eye and with respect, say your point. You will earn friends. You will earn support. You will earn promotion. You will be regarded as a king or queen because you hold yourself with dignity and respect. You're not throwing bottles around and screaming at people. You're in control. People will know you're unhappy about something, but the beauty of being in control, of holding yourself, And the great thing about this is that it then translates into other areas of your life. You are now in control, not only in terms of your temper, in terms of issues around jealousy, etc., in all elements, as you're doing business negotiations, as you're working on those projects, you are in control because you've told your subconscious mind that this is the person I want to be, the one that is king of himself, the one that doesn't lose his temper, the one who gives encouragement, who leaves people with an impression of success. Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm sure each one of you can talk to me about some person that they know who's got that. But each one of us can be that. You can work to be that. You can work to be the person you always wanted to be. And yes, that results in positive results in your life. Business partners want to work with you. Clients want to come to your business. Customers want to come and see you. Oh, even your relationships in the home. When you're not flying into a rage, the kids love you, the wife loves you, the husband loves you. There's so many positives out of this. And so, hey, don't let that be an enemy. of your success. Clean that mental house and be in control. Oh, I like to see that. I like to see someone who's in control. Hey, listen, I said today's the last one because tomorrow is Friday. As you know, we have Radio Pulpit, and I'm encouraging you to join us on Radio Pulpit tomorrow. It's 12:15 to 12:30, and it's on Facebook actually tomorrow. It's on Twitter as well. DSTV Audio, channel 882. You can go on the internet as well. Radio Pulpit is on the internet. And the great news, let me tell you the great news that's coming up now, is that we're now putting all the episodes that we did on Radio Pulpit in a little book with all the references, everything in there. So you can get that little book, have a look at it, and hey, let's learn those lessons at your own time, your own pace. We're doing it just for you. All right, now listen, guys, stay positive, right? Stay positive. I want to see you again next week on Monday, and we'll start again another new one. And be good. Have a great weekend. Look after each other. Take good care of yourselves. And I say, practice this, Practice this. Be in control. Being the king of yourself. I love that. Cheers now. Bye-bye.